Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to be here. Glad to welcome you to our event, Innovation for Sustainable Tomorrow. It's such a pleasure to be in Riyadh, such a pleasure to be in King Abdullah Financial District. I'd like first to start by thanking my colleague, Mr. Gutam here, who has actually truly inspired us to hold this event here in Riyadh. We've had a discussion with him a couple of months ago, and we agreed that Riyadh and the King Abdullah Financial District will be a great location for such an event, given what's happening around the region and given what's happening here in Saudi. 20 years ago, I used to work for the World Bank group in Washington, D.C. And at the time, I was also doing my engineering doctorate research in something called the GDLN, and it stands for the Global Development Learning Network. It was a platform that got created by Mr. James Wolfenson, was the CEO of the World Bank at the time. And basically he said, clients, they do come to us not for the sake of only financial assistance, but they're coming to us to gain and benefit out of the 50 years of accumulated knowledge the bank has built. And it was mostly the GDLN when it was used for, at the time, we had the MDGs, the Millennium Development Goals. And the world has moved from the MDGs to the SDGs, the Sustainability Development Goals. And then we are seeing a move by corporations to adopt the concept of the ESGs. I'm told by one of my dear friends that works with one of the big consultants here that companies in Riyadh are paying millions and millions of dollars trying to adopt the ESG concept. Yesterday, we're meeting with our colleague from King Abdullah Economic City, the CEO, and he said, hey, the Imar Economic City also is trying to adopt the same. But having said all that, does it matter? Is it the SDGs or MDGs or the ESGs? And truly, when I think about that, the conclusion is it does matter. When we look at our audience today here in the room, we have His Excellency, the Deputy Minister for Industrial Affairs, joining us. We have George Oliver, market capitalizations of $40+ billion, the CEO and the Chairman, being here with us to talk about sustainability. We have today's in the panels the CEO of the biggest aerospace engineering company, Captain Fahad Sindi. And we have many other guests, all talking about sustainability and the role of innovations and what that means to the world. The basic concept of sustainable development is for us to enjoy what our earth is able to provide to us without compromising future generations' own needs out of this earth. So this concept is relevant to all of us, and truly we are happy that we are part of this national discussion, global discussion around this topic of innovations and sustainability. George is here today and will be heading in a few hours after this meeting to attend the COP27 conference in Egypt to talk about the same issue. And what we're trying to get out of this meeting is, as I said, is try to advance that national discussion when it comes to innovations and sustainability. And I hope you will leave this room today and this conference getting something and enriching your own knowledge and experience about various issues that will be discussed this morning. When it comes to innovations, Vision 2030 is quite clear about where the kingdom is trying to head when it comes to science, technology, and innovations, policies, and the foundations and the platforms that needed to achieve the main pillars of Vision 2030. And I was quite pleased to see a clear target for the kingdom to reach about 2.5% spending of its national GDP on research and development. Very ambitious targets for the kingdom. Also, when it comes to sustainability, echoing what my colleague said here, I was just reading a couple of days ago that the kingdom even upgraded its targets for carbon emission reductions almost by 50%. I mean, the plan was to achieve about 170 million tons of CO2 reduction, and now we're talking about almost 278 million tons of CO2 reduction. That's pretty aggressive targets, and I feel with what's happening with the technological development, I mean, we can't even go faster in some of these targets. I was coming in Riyadh today, and we're looking at the trees that are being planted in Riyadh. I was telling the guys here, the kingdom is planning almost 20 million trees. So that's one tree for every Saudi citizen. And it's truly remarkable in every front what the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is doing. And again, countries, governments, and also corporations are playing their own fair share. Johnson Controls, George will be speaking, and I know we have a global expert here with us, Mr. Katie. You are. I've spent a couple of days now with Katie, and I'm sure we'll be talking about what Johnson Controls also is doing at the global, at the regional level when it comes to our fair share, when it comes to sustainability and innovations around it. I was very happy also to see the showcase our team is putting for us here today, that to show off some of the technologies that will help the world to achieve its intended targets. George made a statement, said there will be no decarbonizations without building being decarbonized. And this was during the inauguration of our factory yesterday in King Abdullah Economic City. So without further ado, I'd like to thank for all the participants who made it to this conference today. I'd like to also ask our speakers who are going to be enriching this conference with the wide area of knowledge, expertise, and contributions in their different fields. So with that, I'd like to welcome His Excellency, the Deputy Minister, Engineer Osama Zamil, to the stage. Thank you.